BYOD. Podcast o szkoleniach, prezentacjach i technologiach wspierających rozwój. Jeśli zależy Ci na efektywności szkoleń i interesują Cię nowinki techniczne, ten podcast jest właśnie dla Ciebie.
We've met at the e-learning fusion conference here in Warsaw, and if you can just give a brief introduction about who you are, what you do, what's your job, and why you're here.
Okay, hello, my name's Neil Lasher. I work for a company called FireEye. I have been involved in the creation of online materials for 25 years. Have covered most of the areas of both e-learning, m-learning, CD-ROM learning, working very much in the world of experiential laboratory creation for online labs within classroom training, and have been working very much in the field of cybersecurity for the last 4 years.
I just listened to your speech about learning, about using mobile for performance management mostly, but I'm really interested in the cybersecurity part. How does it connect? How the learning and the fact that we'll learn online is connected with the cybersecurity?
There are a couple of angles to this, and I suppose the problems come where people are using what we call BYOD, bring your own device. So we have our own phone, we take that phone into our corporate networks, we maybe log on to a Wi-Fi system within our company, we maybe even plug our phone into our laptop or our desktop for the purpose of charging it. We're making a connection, and once we make a connection, then the problems of cybersecurity come in. Most corporations have got some security. Not all have got very good security on their desktop equipment and their networks, as we're seeing every day in the news. But we have a different problem when it comes to people's own devices. People's own devices, they're doing all sorts of things with them. They're going to websites which are uncontrolled. They're downloading from everywhere and anywhere, whatever they want, whenever they like. And then if they connect it to their network, then we have a problem. The other issue comes with learning management systems. And I suppose it comes not only with learning management systems, but e-learning providers in general. It may be okay to have our own networks sealed down, tightened down, locked down to stop people getting into them. But when you're inviting other companies in to provide information and software for you, we need to know that their systems are locked down as well. One of the big issues that we're seeing at the moment is actually using third-party systems. We'll go and do some phishing to find out what's available on a third-party system to see who supplies you, because we know they're supplying you, and therefore we'll attack your supplier, knowing full well your supplier may have an in to your systems. And we've seen many instances where a supplier has been attacked who has access to back-end networks for real reasons, and because the supplier wasn't well protected, they've actually made the jump across into a company's information. Now, when it comes to learning management systems are normally all hosted in the cloud. Today anyway, it's the way things are going. We don't know where they're hosted. We don't know how they're built. We do know that most of the e-learning is built using JavaScript and is using HTML5. If we can attack some of the control files that control the JavaScript, we can embed code into those, and therefore when you click the next button to go to the next page in your learning, you're actually dropping information from what you've got on your computer directly into what's called a call and control server. Once a call and control server has the information, it will send another file to your machine, and then, as we say in the industry, you're toast.
Should we ban bring your own device? Should we ban learning? Like, what should I do if I own a company of, let's say, 20 people and I want them to learn where they are and when they are? So what should be my few steps to take to be safe?
The first thing we need to do is ask our suppliers, what have they got in place to protect their systems? That's a really simple, straightforward question. And don't take just the answer, well, we've got that under control. We want to know exactly what steps you've taken to protect the systems that we are being delivered via our browsers on our corporate network, to find out exactly what is in place to make sure that content is safe. Number two, if you're using authoring tools, and creating your own content and uploading that onto a learning management system, run some scripts and actually check that the content you uploaded is still the content you uploaded. Make sure that what we call the MD5, the hashes of the files that control the JavaScript files that control all of the actions, are actually the ones that you put up there in the first place, that they haven't been tampered with or changed. Simple once-a-week script to run to check the MD5s match what you're expecting, and you'll know that your files sitting on the servers are potentially safe. And then there's a level of education. Compliancy training, add another layer of compliancy training. Add compliancy training for security to your company. Have your staff understand the problems of going to websites they shouldn't be going to. Have an understanding of why you shouldn't be downloading files. The amount of people who get caught by a simple phishing trick. Your CEO sends you a message that says, "We've awarded you some new stock. Open the PDF attached and we'll show you what we've awarded you." Well, if you're not expecting that, then don't open it. Takes only a couple more minutes to send an email to your CEO, not replying to the message you just got, mind you, but actually starting a new email to your CEO and saying, "Did you send me this message?" And the answer will come back either yes or no. Try and cut out the phishing attack. So I think education is the big key here. Understand what the risks are, understand what you're doing is a risk, and act accordingly. And don't plug anything into a corporate network that doesn't belong on a corporate network. The same way you wouldn't pick up a USB stick that you found in a car park and plug it into your laptop. One hopes, unless of course it's got a sign on it from a large manufacturer of phones in California that was found in a coffee shop many years ago. But that's the trick. Don't plug anything into your computer you shouldn't plug in. Don't open anything you're not expecting. Don't get fooled by the telephone call that's actually the call to actually is a phishing call. "Hello, we're from the Windows department. We see you've got a virus. Let us fix it for you." That's a huge sign that says, "I'm not expecting that. There's something wrong here." Act upon it. So think before you click.
I understand is that learning is not like running with scissors, but it may be if you are not careful. But there are ways, to cover the scissors and be safe. But for end user, what would you recommend if I want to use, I don't know, Linda or other portals like this to learn online, not as a part of corporate network, but for me as an end user? So are there any recommendations on cybersecurity for just a standard user of an app? What should I look for? How should I care for my personal security using all the apps?
Okay, well, I suppose it's a very broad question you've asked, but I suppose some simple rules. Very rarely does something come in an offer in an email that's free, that's really free. Be careful what you click on. The grocery store that offers you a €50, a £50, a $50 voucher for doing nothing other than clicking on a link and sharing it on Facebook is wrong. These companies don't give away that amount of money. Think before you click. Do not download or install items on your mobile devices or your computer for that matter that haven't come from a legitimate source. Your mobile phone will actually have a setting in it that doesn't allow you to download from either the App Store if it's an iPhone or from Google Play Store. If you've turned that off and allow it to be installed from anywhere, then you're opening yourself up to risk. So some simple steps really to be cautious. Make sure you've got the right protective software either delivered by your company or one that you've purchased on your phone or on your devices to ensure that what you're getting hasn't got something simple in it. Don't be foolish. Just really, it's a case of, I'll say it again, think before you click. The government tax people don't send you an email telling you you've got a refund coming. They'll send you a letter in the post. If you see an email and the wording is not well written, there are commas missing, there are typos, there are words you wouldn't expect, it's wrong. Don't click it and see if it works. Once you've clicked it, it's too late.
Okay, thank you very much. And my last question is, what are your impressions of the eLearning Fusion conference? Because I just listened to your speech; it was really amazing. It was inspirational. But what are your impressions of the conference?
Well, I was the third speaker, I think, today. The two before me, I've learnt some new tricks, great information, good speakers. Thank you for saying what you said about mine. I hope I was of the quality of the ones that came before me. I'm excited to see what follows now.
Okay, thank you very much, and hope we'll have a occasion to meet at some conferences, and maybe not only on the cybersecurity, but also learning and M-learning.
Thank you.
BYOD. Podcast o szkoleniach, prezentacjach i technologiach wspierających rozwój.